Oh well.
And also,
I see.
you know, they tortured us. Zizka, Godwin and me. They asked about your...
Alright. I just need to change up my sound sources. I need to very quickly exit out of my game. Alright. Alright, I can leave now. Save and leave. Oh well. Now it can go public. And yep. Let's say I misclicked a little bit while I was on a call with someone. Instead of just assigning the transmission, I actually started playing it. So, oh well. Everything's a tad bit broken, you could say. But oh well. Hello and welcome everyone to this live stream. And I just need to post the information that the live stream is live in a couple different places. Yeah, all of this has to go. Alright. I had some pictures prepared that I have to throw in for today. So as I announced on my Patreon, tonight we'll be doing something a little bit different. Again. Not for the entire live stream. The second part of the live stream, as always, will be dedicated to something different. This time around, it will be, well, starting the drawing process of the actual Midnight Call Chapter 5. And I'm not talking about the thumbnails, but I'm talking about the actual first page. So that's a thing. And other than that, is my live stream visible? Yes, it is. Alright, where is my chat? I'd love to see the chat. Oh. Print equals hello world. Alright, yep. Here's the chat. That can work. Alrighty. Link to the transmission. Yeah, why not? Alright. What is that? Yeah. Alright, is there anything else I have to finish doing? Posting updates and stuff. Oh yeah, I have to announce on those two servers that the live stream is up. Oh, I misnumbered the stream. Huh. Alright. Not 4K. Thank you, YouTube, for automatically filling the thing. Wonderful. Love to see it. Alright. So, we've got this little duckling to draw tonight. The Belcher, which is a napalm walking mortar kind of thing for Beyond All Reason. What's it called? A real-time strategy game that's, well, closest, at least from my experience, because there are a few games like that, to Supreme Commander. So if that says anything to anyone, then yeah. It's completely free. It's an open source project, which means technically anyone can join the dev team. And Jesus Christ, there's so much dust on my drawing glove. What happened? Oh, that happened. Alright. Let's say I pulled out a very old notebook and suddenly there's dust everywhere. I'll have to clean that later. Okay, now I just need to put on the music. As always. Where's the playlist? Let's see, Switch Reckon and OST. Yeah, sure. Oh, wrong audio device. I knew something is up. Alright. And now the audio source. Alright. The music should be audible now. So everything should be working. I'll cut out the first 5 minutes later. Rather, once the live stream ends. Alright. So first thing we'll begin with today is, as I said before, the little duck. What are you doing, dog? We're having fun with a flipper. Wonderful. Alright. We start with. I had some ideas for it earlier today. I definitely wanted to keep the style of it being a biped, because I did have some thoughts on making it like a quadruped vehicle, but that's not really a good idea. Let's start with like a frontal shot. That would be the easiest place to start. So I wanted to have the mortar tubes somewhere funny. It does launch them like a little bit of an arc, so, and it has to have 4 barrels from what I was told. So aside of being told that I should get more of a feel for the faction, this is really the only faction that I ever played, so I just never used the Belcher, because I only used the more units with the actual models already in game. instead of those kit bashes, but oh well. Also, it's a napalm unit, and let's say I have a bad habit of doing friendly fire to myself and just walking into friendly fire, or rather walking into the burning napalm. So yeah. All right. So let's say I put, because we have to have 4 barrels. Let's say fine. Let's put 4 over on the back of this thing. And what now? So shapes. Let's give it those reverse jointed legs like before. And we're gonna take the feet off of the javelin, which are kind of like this. Because this unit has almost the same movement speed as the javelin, which is like a... I forgot what it's called. It's a Raider mech with 2 miniguns. Pretty cool. It was made by a friend of mine, Farsis, so he's a very skilled modeler and animator. Here we go, dog. Stop littering me. At least for now. So like this. And let's see what next. It needs to have that Legion shape to it, so I do have to have that like launcher bay at the back, but I guess, well, first thing is an off-center eye, so let's give it like an eye here. Wookiee chest line. And some off-center plating. And here's gonna be the storage barrel for the projectiles that the little bot will be shooting out. Alright, that seems decent enough from the front. Oh, alright. I might have overdone it. Is that better? Am I easier to hear now? Because I had to update my audio drivers earlier today, and well, let's just say that I found out that the audio driver software that I was using is no longer supported, and I had to uninstall it because it completely stopped working after I tried updating it. So now I'm using something different, and alright, it works. Nice, wonderful. So let's see, do I want to do anything here? Nah, this is fine. So from the side, well, let's start with the barrel. And I'll just remove the feet for now, because they'll be visible in a moment. Actually, I'm gonna do some guidelines for myself. They're gonna be useful. Right? Alright, so going back to what I was doing. So the barrel goes like something like this. I definitely want to have the legs inspired by the javelin, mostly because, well, as I said before, the units have a very similar move speed, which their specific move speed, which is 60, is not something that's too common for the army that they're from. Dog, could you please stop? It's negative 5 degrees outside. I'm not opening the window for you this time around. Especially since I don't have my sweater on. So calm down, doggy. Yeah, just lay down. Right now. Alright. So here's the launcher. I'm gonna make it like a bit of a... Two of them are on one height, the two of them are slightly higher, so I'll have to correct that later. Actually, I'm gonna correct it right now. They're gonna be like connected like this in two weapon pods, let's call it that. Should look cool. Right? What are you doing, dog? Just walking around, doing weird things. What should I do with this? So the eye will be sticking out like so. Doug, what are you doing? Fubuki, chest time. Fubuki, hey! Chest time. I gave him food recently which woke him up. It was a mistake, I guess. I did take him for a walk, but well, once you wake this dog up, he demands attention constantly. Chest time. He's trying to go for the cables underneath my desk. I don't know why. Though the bot is shaping up somewhat. Oh, the eye is too short. Yeah, true. True that it is. I'm gonna add a little rotation platform to it so that the bot can rotate its torso. Right. So now the legs. So, well, problem with me wanting to inspire the legs by the javelin is that the javelin has legs like this, while the original Belcher has legs backwards. So I can guess someone is going to get angry at me in the Legion Dev team if I change the shape of the legs. Also, these are very short digit grade legs, so they would just look goofy to model. So I'm gonna stick with those longer legs. No, not longer, but backwards jointed. Alright, and now the feet. Alright, we're gonna send that over to the server and, well, I'll see if anyone will respond in time. I'm just going to keep going with this sketch, do a picture from, well, the back, and then do a sketch from the other side. And, well, after that I'm gonna do a slightly 3D-esque view of it. We'll see how that goes. So, the backside. I'm gonna just grab the front so that I have it as a reference underneath what I'll be drawing. So first thing is that this thing actually should be flipped. Yep, it's flipped. Alright. Little Bochi boy, thank you, Adri, for the comment. Right, and now we just add the little thing that holds the two guns in place. Well, forces themselves, as I mentioned, is telling me to... Oh, well, hello Jay. Is telling me to take a look at the barrage, which is the little vehicle napalm thrower for the faction. Well, for that I'd have to turn on the game, which I'm not going to do right now because I'm sketching. So, and also I'll have to build it. It would be the whole shebang of it taking a bit. Actually, I could probably just do it on stream, turn the game on. Since I'm already doing stuff for Beyond All Reason, might as well show the game. Alright, let's see this unit in the game, the Belcher. I have to change it into being what's it called, a not full screen. Let's start with that. Windowed. Windowed. Alright. Oh. What did I do? Alright, turns out if you go into windowed and then press full screen, the game just disappears. Alright, that's a thing, I guess. Well, let's check. Where's Beyond All Reason? My folder B. Beyond All Reason. Here it is. Relaunching it. Alright. Here it is. Skirmish, let's load the preset I made for testing. Load. Yep, alright. And it teleported the screen again. Lovely.
Choose your starting location.
Alright, let's get this thing built and
started.
Well, let's check out this barrage vehicle that I'm supposed to check out the barrel of. This is the barrage. Beautiful little model. Alright. Let's see what you attacking looks like. I guess those are 3 barrels, so I only have to have 2 of those. Because I'm doing 2 sets of 2. So, alright, if you could stop firing and have your weapons still out, that would be wonderful. I would much appreciate that. Let me just take a screenshot real quick. Alright, that works. Go away, game. Well, that took shorter than I thought it would. Alrighty, so this means that our barrels are going to be boxier. I mean, they still have the tubes on the inside, so they're still going to be there. Just they are going to have a little cover around them. This works pretty well with the little grabby thing I was doing earlier. So Jay, if you're still watching, you didn't miss anything, because the manga drawing will be happening on in half an hour. So yeah. Right now we're doing some concept art for Beyond All Reason, which I'll be 3D modeling that unit later on, so hopefully my concept art is good enough for that. Alright, so back to this back view. Hey. I'll have to hop for a very short second because my dog decided to steal some clothing from the couch. Give me a moment. Here you go, you can go outside. I got myself a blanket. So this should help me not get too cold. I don't want to skip a day of my work, or of my job. Especially this early on. Alright. Back to what we were doing, which is painting this wonderful, I almost called it a creature. It's not a creature. Not this time around, at least. Alright, and now I need to connect the pipes. And that'll be the funky thing because there are 4 of them. So one goes like this. Another one goes underneath that. The next one is underneath that. And the last one is also underneath that. So we just have 4 pipes in the back of it. Actually, that one in between goes slightly ahead of this one, so I'll have to signify that somehow. Alright, this more or less works. This way. And ta-da! This looks somewhat. Alrighty, just a little bit of those lines to imply that it's, you know, a pipe. Alright. Just need to place down this little piece of armor. Like this here. Then there's the rotating ring underneath. Yeah, I kind of changed how low those legs are. Gotta keep it consistent if I want those drawings to be of any use to me. Right, and now the legs going forward into the feet, which extend like so. Going to be wider in front. Have to probably relearn all of the keybinds for Blender, because I forgot them since I stopped modeling like almost half a year ago. Well, right, I may be slightly exaggerating. It was what was on the September So September, October, November, December, January, February. Yeah, no, it's exactly like half a year ago. If we count September, I think. Eh, whatever. I'm an artist, I don't have to be good with months or math. That's a joke, of course. For legal reasons, please do not fire me. Alright. I guess there's a little bit of this armor piece sticking out here. Right? I could add some armor piece to the back of the legs actually. Right, I'm gonna send another update of the VIP. Let's see what the people think of it. Alright. I'm almost 40 minutes in. That's how time goes with drawing concept art. No, I don't want to use OneDrive, Google, rather Microsoft. Where do I have my stuff for the newest chapter of Midnight Call? I'll start preparing that while I wait for any sort of answer. Well, maybe you chat. What do you think of this little concept for a bot? Yeah, that's good enough. Alright. So this is set up. Just need to save it correctly. So, any comments on this little bot? Oh, thank you. Like, looking at the fact this thing is going to be, like, quite tall, I am still... It might look a little bit too low tech. Like, that's the major worry I have. There aren't that many Tech 2 bots for Legion so far. Like, this is one of them. From the side. Right, someone is typing something in the Discord server for Beyond Reason, so let's see what they have to say. I think it could use having like some sort of secondary either weapon or the visual gives a good idea of this thing being explosive, but it doesn't quite look more durable than the barrage. So it needs more armor, is what they're saying. Well, right. I can do that. I can do more armor. Gonna give it a second layer of plating. Which is something that I really love doing whenever I'm designing armors, helmets and stuff, like a second layer of something over the original layer of like for armor, for example, on a helmet. Give it this like large pauldron. Actually, modeling that pauldron would be quite a bit of a hassle. Let's split it up. Into like this sort of carapace. Alright, that looks more armored. Now I just have to put it on those previous sketches. Alright, let's see if this looks more armored to those people on the server. I think it does look quite a bit more armored. It's definitely chunkier now. Let's see if the chunk wins them over. So a certain video game released recently called Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. And I have to say, I've been having an absolute blast having it. And it did give me some interesting ideas for how to layer armor and the general like look of things for the fantasy comic that I'm working on with Krampus. So it's definitely been a source of inspiration. I can tell that. Which it's important to have things that inspire you to want to continue working on stuff, because well, then it's not completely procrastination if it at least motivates you to work right after you finish playing a game, or if you, for example, decide to stop playing a game to get back to working. I had this idea for this little thing in the back where I wanted to have it be like a really small thing, but it's called the Centaur.unit. I'll also be trying to do some sketches for it, but not right now. And well, outside of that kit bash being honestly pretty horrendous, no offense to anyone that made the kit bash, like it hurts to look at. So I was wondering what could be done with it to keep the name Centaur, because it's a pretty cool name for a unit, but the entire faction doesn't exactly have much of a like animal theme. Like the most of an animal theme it could have is it has humanoid robots, like vaguely human shaped, some of them. Not as much as the Armada faction, which has just straight on, yeah, we essentially have human like robots. So I'm wondering what could be done with that. I was thinking about making it more of like a actual, well, either horse, but I'm not good at drawing horses, so I'm not going to draw one right now. But essentially keep the rough shape of the creature, while keeping those legs forward. It's way too short right now, but essentially imagine it being longer. At least you have to imagine it as long as I don't make it longer. And the 4-digit X shape would be pretty fitting for its 4 barrels. What? I don't get it. Like the unit originally had like a singular cannon, so honestly I'd really love if I could just do that, like get that entire model, swap all of this out for a single like large, hello, I have a gun. but seems like the design team wants there to be 4 barrels. So well. Alright, so the suggestion is about the feet of the unit. I say multiple times, akin to human/animal-like setups seem to be reserved for Armada design more at the moment. Bruh, literally. So half of the Legion's weapons are to be given to Cortex because one Cortex unit has those weapons, and now there are design elements that Legion already has in some of its approved units that I can't use because they're supposed to be for Armada. Brother. Consistency went out the window, I see. Wonderful. Love to see it. There are no further comments about the armors being made or anything else, so that's good. Unless they'll start commenting about it later, but it is what it is. Not much I can do about that. Oh well, that person just really likes to complain, I see. Whatever. Alright. I really like this one. I mean, really like, I would rather have it only have one gun. But, well, I have to comply with the demands of the people, apparently. Rather, I don't have any 3D models in the game, I only do concept art. I've only done concept art so far, so let's just say I don't exactly have much of a sway in what I'm doing. I can just go and say, oh yeah, I'm gonna just do this. Like some other people, but those other people have earned it, so yeah, I'm not complaining about that. Alright, it's almost like 9 PM. So, time to get to the page. So, Yuppie, first page. Here it is. I'm gonna try again a different line art style because, well, what can I say? The previous chapter's line art style is okay, but well, I want to evolve my art style, so I'm going to keep checking new things out. So let's start with panel lines. What? Oh, whatever. Panel lines. Alright. And also I'm going to add little notes for which character is which. So this is Eve, not Calvin. Nice blunder. And this is Calvin. Alright. So, are there any panel lines on this page? Actually, I don't think so. There's only the page number in the bottom half, the lower right. So 5.1. All right. Gonna make one last ping and I'm gonna start sketching this page. Let's see. Well, this is actual line art. I need to drop in some more references for the characters so that I don't screw anything up. Guess having Eve's newest drawings on hand would also be useful. Oh, and that art piece I did recently of Eve. That's going to be useful. Where do I have it? Oh, here it is, Eve. Newest piece of Eve art. I have to say that Subaru in the background did not come together like until the very last moment. I was very iffy about keeping it in. But it's not just a normal Subaru, it has LED lights. That's why it's cyberpunk. Yep. Is that right? Let's start with the letters, actually. What was the size of the letters on the first page of chapter 3? I need to check. Chapter 3, page 1 and 2. Let's see. Oh, it's a vector layer. Wonderful. I mean, it's a paint layer because I converted it from text. Well, let's make it as large then. Alright, so first thing is all caps. That's the first thing to change. Was it boldened? No, it wasn't bold. Alright, so it's 48 pixels. That's the size of it. And it was white text. But for this page... Actually wait, because it's a night sky, so actually it might be better if this is... No, we'll see. I'll change the color later if I need to. So let's start with Eve, and we have to go from cursor behind. Wonderful. So, her clothing is that little dress thingy with the transparent coat. Alright, so character-wise, let's see. I'm gonna have to probably do 2 layers of line art for this. Actually, no, I can just do with 1 layer. Not gonna improve it much. Yep, it's just like... It's a bit short, this thing. This piece of clothing. Goes like this. Yeah, I swear next chapter I'm giving Eve her blouse back. Her sweater, yeah. No blouse. Because, yeah, I don't really like... I mean, not this next chapter, I mean next arc. Because I don't really like working with the... plastic raincoat. Been complaining about it for quite a while. Oh. Alright, let's see. Yeah, more or less. This looks okay. As they say, good enough. And for a comic, good enough is the name of the game. Because if you try to get it perfect every time you make something, then you're not going to make anything. One piece of advice I can give to anyone that's trying to make their own comic: if you want to be fast, you just have to make mistakes and learn from them and just, well, keep going. Because you don't exactly have all the time in the world. Either real life or just time is going to catch up with you at some point. So, you know, it's better to just start now than be sorry later. And those are some large hips. Right, that's better. What should the Eve's tail be doing here? Because she's just walking, so I guess it could go a bit like this and then wrap around the leg because it's quite long. gonna show the leg suspension working a little bit in this one. Because I more often than not just throw it in one spot, which isn't exactly what I like. Since that entire bit of the leg is, you know, moving around. Were there shorts that long? No, I knew something was wrong. No, those shorts were not that long. In fact, they were. You guessed it, quite short. I know, I'm a comedian. I'm here almost every Sunday. Oh, her legs don't work like that. Let's see. Yeah, the smaller rest fine. Now I just have to finish the head. How to do it. Those two tufts at the bottom of the base of the ear. Right. Funny thing about drawing your characters from behind is sometimes you can almost feel the same as when you're, like, for example, flipping a drawing. Like, you're trying to draw something that you don't draw very often, or looking at something that just looks slightly odd to you. So it's just this, like, weird uncanny valley feeling that you have to kind of just fight through. Yeah, the top of the muzzle starts as the ears end, so and there's the cheek hair. What does it look like now? Because I did change the design of the cheek. That head is slightly too large for the body. Also, like, alright, no, the proportions are completely off. Like, it's essentially what I did is the proportions go like this, where the lower you go, the smaller the body gets. I don't know how I achieved this. Alright, there's some fixing to be done. This looks more in line with our actual proportions. Because how many heads is it now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What's her body normally? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6.5. So I need to make the entire body slightly larger. I mean, the neck is essentially missing, so yeah, that might explain where the half of a head went. Alright, this should now look good. Alright, this looks okay-ish. Head is still quite a bit large, I guess. Alright, now it looks decent enough. Good enough to move on. So next thing is Calvin in the background, but for that I need to draw some of the background first. So that was the character line art. And let's start with the background line art. Right. So the little gravel path gonna be surrounded by grass on the edges of it. selected the wrong layer. Wonderful. I always do it. I always do this, like, I start drawing stuff on a different layer, and then I move back to the layer I was previously working on. I swear. Alright, this is good then. Little crater. I was thinking the other day, and maybe someone in the chat knows the answer to this, but are there any like Five Nights at Freddy's style games but dinosaurs? Like something Jurassic Park inspired? I was just thinking like that could be an idea that could work pretty well, I think. Not as in like, you know, to make money and stuff, because, you know, what's the fun in that? But I mean, you probably could like create a dinosaur-centric FNAF style video game. That could work, I guess. God, I'd love if I could like learn 3D modeling to a point where I can like make 3D models of dinosaurs. Little bits of grass here and there. quality. More of the trees. Bluey tree. Quite a bit, in fact. Right, now there are all of the trees in the background. Yippee! Woohoo! So happy about this information. I love drawing trees. Let's see what other trees are there to make. Multiple trees, in fact. They are quite numerous. Probably include like a tree that starts a bit lower. The lamp. This time of the lamp. Little lamppost. I'm honestly not sure whether that lamp is more European or American, like the style of lamps that I'm using. Forgotten by this point. So now I can actually connect this week. Oh yeah, and the gravel path. I do have to like mark the outline of it. I'm sorry for not exactly speaking that much, but at least I hope that me drawing is at least a little bit entertaining. you want to be let out of the window. Sure. I need to put my blanket back. Blanky is here. Oh, what is that? There we go. Just like a smudge. Thank you, Jay. I do try to be at least a little bit entertaining with my commentary, but well, there is a reason why this is called the Drawing Nights of Crimson. Because it's pretty late. I'd love to be more energetic, but it's just not exactly the way that I am. Now that little bench. I guess it's just a normal, like, wooden bench thingy. Maybe if it's not wooden, it's at least metal or something. It's June in that story, so the bench shouldn't be too cold, even if it's made out of metal. Alright, I think I can't escape drawing Calvin any longer. So actually there are a couple more lines I can do before committing to drawing him. Alright. I think this will be it for today. I'll probably handle drawing Calvin another day because I just can't do it right now. I would completely butcher him. So, well, thank you for watching today, and I hope you had a nice 2 hours of your evening, or morning, or whatever time it is when you're watching this. So, well, thank you for being here, and well, I'll see you next week, or hear you